Hello, welcome to TidyB DocStash 2024. My name is Ray Paik. I'm a community manager at PingCap and really excited to kick off this inaugural event. We thought it'd be a good way to bring community members together to start another year of collaboration with our community members. So I wanted to put together a short video to give you a quick overview of the event and then point you to some of the resources to help you get started. So let's get started. First, in case you haven't had a chance to read the blog post that I published back in November to announce the event, wanted to give you a quick recap on why we decided to do this. As you all know, TidyB is an open source project that started back in 2015. And ever since then, we have well over 800 contributors contributing to various parts of our project, including documentation. And if you I wanted to look at the traffic to our docs pages when I wrote the blog post a couple of months ago. And over a 12-month period, ending in November of 2023, we had well over 300,000 people visiting our docs pages. So hopefully people are finding a lot of value in our docs pages because, docs is an important part of our software and our project, but we also realize that no docs are ever perfect. And we can think of no better way of improving our documentation and continue the refinement of our docs than working with our user community. So we want to welcome you, whether you can dedicate less than an hour or tens of hours during the event, the second week of January. Any contribution you make will be very, very much appreciated, and we're very much looking forward to it. So I want to take a quick look at the events page. If you haven't seen it yet, if you go to our events page section on the pingcap.com, you'll see one of the banners for TidyB DocStash. I wanted to give you a quick tour of what's on the events page. So here we go. So basically, date and time. We you've seen in a lot of open source virtual events. We're using the UTC time zone here, but you can easily find your local time. I happen to be in California, so if I click on this, it basically says January 9th, 8 a.m. UTC translates to midnight on January 9th in California. So both the beginning time and end time, you'll be able to find your local time by clicking these links. And everybody basically has 72 hours to make your contributions. The other thing I want to point out in the first paragraph is that when we talk about docs, we're not just talking about docs for our core TidyB product, but also TidyB Cloud as well. So any areas of TidyB basically that you want to contribute to and you want to take a look at, it's completely open. And as I mentioned, that I penned a blog post as well back in November, so feel free to take a look at that if you want to get more background. So I want to highlight some of the things in the FAQ section, frequently asked questions section. You don't need to register to participate, so we wanted to really make it easy. The only real requirement that we have is you need to have a GitHub account and sign the contributor license agreement. It shouldn't take you that long. So once you have those taken care of with the account and CLA, you're good to go. And wanted to point out, we have a few doc sites. We have the main site, like I said, for TidyB Core and TidyB Cloud that hopefully many of you are familiar with, but we also have the doc sites in Chinese that ends in docs-cn. So if you speak Chinese and you want to contribute to our Chinese documentation site, including like translations, we welcome your participation there as well. And we also have the main docs website that if you want to contribute your ideas for improving the website, we welcome your suggestions there as well. So how can people make contributions? So first of all, I'll talk about this in the next slide. We published a list of issues that people can take a look at, and so this will point to specific documentation pages and lists of things that we're looking for community members to provide feedback on. So, like I said, I'll walk through that in a minute, so you can look through those issues and decide which one of those issues that you want to contribute to. Basically, you can make your contribution by submitting a pull request to improve the documentation pages, including even simple things like fixing a typo or grammar issues, or continue to participate in conversations in the issue with your comments or suggestions. And then but we also want to highlight, I'll do that again in a few minutes, like if you want to contribute to other areas of the docs that's not listed in our issues, we welcome your contributions there as well. Like even if we haven't published an issue, if you want to open a new issue to highlight suggestions or improvement areas, those all count. And like I said, we want to like encourage contributions, but we also want to recognize your contribution as well. So everybody that makes a valid contribution during the event will get a digital badge that I'll show you in a minute that you can add to your GitHub profile page. And we'll also go through the scoring system in a few minutes, but we'll be awarding points for various contributions. And then, we'll be awarding like a top 5 contributors based on the total points that you accumulate over a period of time. Like I said, everyone that makes any valid contribution will get recognized with badges, but we also want to highlight like a top 5 contributors as well during the event. So we wanted to gamify the event a little bit to make it a little bit more interesting. So in terms of the scoring system, you'll see like 2 tables here. As I said, we have an issues list that we're publishing. So we wanted to sort of prioritize people's contributions to those issues lists. So if you see, for example, if there's an issue to debug a documentation, and if you submit a PR to make a suggestion or fix any issues, you'll get 4 points. If the PRs get merged by January 26 by one of our reviewers in the docs team, you'll get awarded 10 points. And if you contribute to an issue, if you're not comfortable with a pull request for any reasons, you can provide suggestions and ideas, and then we'll be reviewing those contributions and with an emoji to mark that, yeah, this is a very valid feedback and suggestions, and we want to recognize those as a contribution. And I mean, this is a way to sort of filter out, like, if people make like a trivial comment or commentary in the issues, like that's not the same as like suggesting a specific way to fixing the documentation. So we wanted to sort of filter those out. And like I said, if you want to work on other areas or highlight other issues that we haven't included in our issues list, we want to award your contributions to those new issues as well. But the points basically compared to the ones I just talked about above on the issues list, you basically get half the points. So 2 points, 5 points, and 1 for the same contributions, same type of contributions, but these are basically issues that we haven't highlighted. So hopefully that makes sense. In other resources you can look at, like contributing guide, templates, we also have a podcast episode here that you can look at as well. And like I said, wanted to highlight some of the recognition that we're going to do. So this is the contributor badge that everyone will get as long as you make a contribution. And here are the top 5 prizes that you'll be getting, starting from TiDB Swag Pack to nice earbuds. So yeah, and some of these swag items are very, very new, so we're very excited about them as well. So I want to quickly move on to the issues list. So we created a project that that lists all the issues. And I mean, sorry about that. This is a screenshot as of a couple of days ago, so it's already outdated. So let me go to the link here. So you'll see a list of issues. So if you scan through these, I mean, at a first glance, it looks like there are only about like a 55 issues, but some of the issues like this one, this is called like a summary issues. They have sub issues there as well. So there are, like within an issue, there could be dozens of other issues that are included that you can work on. So this one in particular is debugging a documentation. If you click on the issue, there are further details that you can follow through. So debugging documentation is basically trying to replicate the steps that's outlined in the documentation. And if any of those seem incomplete or incorrect, I mean, that's an opportunity for you to make suggestions or suggest a fix through a pull request. So that's one type of issue, debugging documentation. Other type of issue, there's translation. Like I said, that we have a Chinese site. Some of the pages need to be translated into English, for example. If you want to contribute to that, that's another great area. Enriching documentation. I think this is another issue with a lot of sub issues underneath it. String functions, enriching like a TiDB string functions with various other detail, like a sub issues as well. So there are like a guidelines and if you want to help improve the existing documentation, this is a place to do it. And then one other type of, so here are some of the documentation issues that we're aware of. We just haven't gotten to fixing them. So if you want to resolve like existing issues that have been outlined here, this was open, looks like almost 2 years ago. That if you want to help, improve these or resolve these issues, we welcome your contributions there. So yeah, feel free to browse through the rest of the issues and let me know, let us know if you have any questions or further suggestions for the event. And speaking of getting in touch with us, here are the main communication channels during the event, both on Slack and Discord, whichever platform that you're more comfortable with. We created a 2024 TiDB Docs channel. So feel free to join those channel, introduce yourself, ask us any questions before, during, or even after the event. We'd love to hear from you and meet you there as well. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, hopefully you found this video helpful. And yeah, we definitely look forward to collaborating with many of you during our inaugural TiDB Docs event. Thanks very much, and look forward to seeing you.